So if you take a look at this vehicle, you probably would think that it is a Volvo, but it's not. It is a Polestar. So we just happen to have a 2025 Polestar 3 for you to take a look at, and we're here to show you everything about this particular vehicle. I'm Randy Stern, along with George Torteline, and this is Victory in Reseda. The exterior design of the 2025 Polestar 3 greets you with a version of the Thor's Hammer LED headlamps. The front end may not have a visible grille, but if you look below, there's an area for airflow into the motors and battery pack. Also, you'll notice some additional airflow on the hood itself. The roof line is sleek, leading to an upright rear end. A rear wing sits on top of the liftgate, while you have a horizontal LED lighting signature across it. Our performance pack tester came with a set of 22-inch multi-spoke alloy wheels mounted with performance tires. To enter the vehicle, you must swipe the card against the driver's door handle. Inside is a modern and minimalist cabin. To get going, put the card on the wireless charging pad and just flick the transmission lever on the steering column into drive or reverse and go. A 9-inch digital driver display on top of the steering column offers great graphics. This is joined by a large head-up display. Most of the vehicle is operated from the 14.5-inch center touchscreen display. Select menu items enable the buttons on the steering wheel. The knob on the center console operates the audio system. Sound is emitted through a 25-speaker Bowers & Wilkins audio system. There is also a large stowage area underneath the console, perfect for small to medium-sized bags. The available Napa leather front seats offer mixed support and comfort. Rear seat room is generous as well. Cargo space is plentiful, with up to 21.1 cubic feet behind the rear seats. With the rear seats down, that space expands to 49.8 cubic feet. There's also an extra stowage underneath the cargo floor, as well as under the front hood. This Polestar 3 has two permanent magnetic motors, one mounted at each axle. Together, they put out a combined 517 horsepower and 671 pound-feet of torque, with power going to all four wheels. A software upgrade enhances the performance pack driveline to achieve these numbers. This system is fed by a 17-module, 111 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Polestar claims it can recharge from 10 to 80% in just 30 minutes at a 250 kilowatt DC fast charger. We would love to tell you more about the 2025 Polestar 3, but let's join Randy and George as they take it on the road.
So Randy, the 2025 Polestar 3.
Isn't it really a cool car?
It is. So much tech and so much performance.
And so much style.
A lot of style. Interesting style that you don't really see.
Well, some may argue that this is derived from a Volvo, and in some respects it is. There are a few details here and there that will point to its cousin, or rather sibling, in its corporate sphere of Geely, the Chinese automaker, which they have bankrolled Polestar to become its own entity.
The styling. I mean, you've got all kinds of unique features on this thing.
Oh yeah, I love the long roof, and I love the almost upright rear end, especially the glass part of the roof in the back. And it tells you, yes, it's an SUV. And it's an SUV that's going to stand out in a crowd.
Yeah, it has a little wagon flavor to it. I get a little wagon vibe off of it.
Yes, it does. But still, if you look at the profile, that it rides a little high. It also helps to have these big 22-inch wheels and performance tires.
Yeah, very meaty tires on this thing.
Oh yeah, Pirelli's on top of that. So it will tell you what some of its intention is, especially when you have it in the performance pack.
Proper tires for proper performance.
And if you want more excitement, there's a button right on the screen that says performance.
And what happens when you press that?
We'll soon find out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one little stab of the accelerator and you're gone.
exactly. You have this instant torque that comes out. 671 pound-feet of torque.
Dang.
And you felt it right then and there. It's one of these advantages of having an electric vehicle is, yes, you have this instant torque that comes on real quick upon your accelerator. You also have a one pedal drive button right down here.
You still get regen when you hit the physical brake pedal though.
That is probably the big advantage. And for what I've been seeing in the numbers, we were able to do a recharge back to 100% and it returned 290 miles, which is more than what Polestar said in their specifications, having a range of 279. However, some people have said that's not enough. But have no fear. If you get the single motor model of the Polestar 3, they said that it could return around 350 miles in a single charge.
It's a little bit of a trade-off between the number of motors in the trim.
True. And of course, levels of performance and so forth.
But you do have quite a few luxury features in this.
Of course, we have these nice Napa leather seats, which is an option, by the way.
I'm really comfortable in these seats. I like how it does both hold you in, but it's not overly restrictive. I still feel a little bit of give, so I don't feel like I'm really hemmed in.
You know what's shocking? They call this the Performance Pack, and these are part of the Performance Pack. Well, the Napa leather is an addition to it.
Responsibly sourced Napa leather.
Oh, yes, indeed. And you can find out exactly when you look at the backrest of these seats. It will tell you exactly what the material is, which is really cool. These are not hardcore seats. It's not heavily bolstered. It's bolstered just right. And I like that. It's really sort of a mix between good support as well as comfort. So I really enjoy these seats. And by the way, most of it is power operated. The only thing that's manually operated is the thigh support. You can extend this out a little bit by just pressing a button.
But you still have heated seats and they're ventilated.
Yep, they are. And you can operate them right here on the screen. We have the 25 speaker Bowers & Wilkins audio system, which is another option. The cool thing about this is that you start off with 3 sections of audio settings, and most of it's preset. Then you go further into each of these screens to get it fine-tuned. When you find the right setting, you lock it in, and then you just play your favorite tracks from your phone or from radio or whatnot. The audio quality is fantastic. The playback is fantastic. Now, I have a personal affinity for Bowers & Wilkins audio systems, and I'm going to go on a limb to say this is the best I have heard.
Impressive.
Yes. However, most of these luxuries usually are tied into a couple of additional packages. There's the Plus Pack, and of course, there's the Pilot Pack. What's the driving experience in this vehicle like for you?
It's a lot of fun because you have so much adjustability in this vehicle with how you want the wheel to feel, for how much effort you want. The ride quality is adjustable. The power is adjustable, as you saw with performance mode. And it's kind of a lot of fun, although there's so much going on computer-wise that it doesn't feel as organic as maybe more of a vintage vehicle. But this is also more of a luxury spin, so it doesn't wear you down with vibration and that. It's very smooth, it's really quiet. I like it.
Well, if you consider the fact that you have this big battery pack, 111 kilowatt hours, with 17 modules inside of it, it weighs the car down, but you really don't feel that extra weight.
I know. Well, let's see if you do. That's pretty good.
Very good, actually, especially in performance mode.
And when we do that, taking a turn, putting down the power is an extra challenge. Did a really good job.
You know, since all the settings have been preset for us, to in the middle of all these ranges. You know, we could play around with these settings, but honestly, this is fine. This is really good. This is what everyday driving truly is, especially in a vehicle like this.
All right, so let me ask you, Randy. You've been driving this for a while. Here's the elephant in the back seat. How has the charging experience been?
The thing about the recharging, especially DC fast chargers, for one, this still has a CCS charging port, not the NACS. So the number of chargers you can go to is still pretty good number, especially around here when you find one. When you find one of those high-powered DC fast chargers, which advertise 350 kilowatts, it will return up to about half of that. I've seen up to about 140, but at some stations it's been consistent at 110 to 120. It is built for quick charging, and I'm always amazed that when I'm not paying attention, poof, I got 100% of state of charge.
So in summary, Randy, the 2025 Polestar 3, what do you think?
I think that this is the Polestar you may want to start looking at if you've never been in one before. My recommendation is just get in and drive it. So what's going to happen is that you're going to really like the driving experience in it. However, take some time, understand how the vehicle works, because there's so many nuances that you might want to check out. The screen, for example, all the controls of the screen, what you actually can do through the screen and what you can do with other controls, and getting very competent in it.
In our thermal imaging analysis of the 2025 Polestar 3, we find the front heated seats offered very good heating element coverage, starting from the upper back region and extending down into the seat bottoms, where they also reach out into the bottom side bolsters. The outer rear seats also provide similar heating element coverage. The heated steering wheel provided excellent overall heating coverage around its diameter and circumference. Outside, the side mirrors are heated, and the heating elements in the rear window provide good coverage, along with an area of heating emphasis in the center section.
The 2025 Polestar 3 comes in 3 different configurations with a choice of a single or dual motor setup. Pricing starts from $67,500. Our dual motor performance model with the Pilot and Plus packs come with a sticker price of $93,100. So, if you like what you watch, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and notification bell to find out when our next video is coming out on our YouTube channel. But don't forget to read all of our great content at victoryandreseda.net. I'm Randy Stern along with George Torteline. So long, everybody.